The Black Phoenix Legacy. Written by Jhexzone. Audio by Valavolkas David. Chapter 4. Fan Deng. The next morning, Ji Xuan left Beijing for home. Slightly drowsy, he imagined traveling on a flying sword like the ancient cultivators. Too bad, only Qi Foundation realm expert could ride swords, as it would take too much essence Qi and spirit sense. While on the plane, he could sense Qi fluctuations from time to time. It confirmed that some areas had more essence Qi than others. He noticed that he was more sensitive to essence Qi than in the past. Maybe due to my rebirth. After my rebirth, my soul strength almost doubled. Ji Xuan arrived home at around 8 a.m. after a 2-hour flight. He rested for a while before resuming his usual routine of practicing his skills. He left Beijing early, so he didn't have time to practice. His movement technique was now at peak middle mastery stage, so he tried to make a breakthrough. It had been 3 days since his rebirth, yet he felt like he could step into high stage today, so he had a sharper focus than usual. After about an hour of practice, he finally broke through the high mastery stage. In the past it took me about 5 years before I reached this stage. Ji Xuan recalled that external martial arts had 6 stages: initial stage, mid-stage, high stage, advanced stage, grand master stage, and perfect completion stage. Each stage was divided into low, mid, high, and peak mastery. His 8 Phoenix Shadow Steps, for example, at peak mastery of initial stage, he could move up to 5 meters instantly, at middle stage, he could move up to 10 meters instantly, up to 15 meters at high stage, up to 20 meters at advanced stage, 25 meters at Grand Master stage, and finally 30 meters at perfect completion stage. At first, Ji Xuan wondered why the technique was called 8 Phoenix Shadow Steps. Why 8, not 7, or 10 or any other numbers? Maybe the creator of the skill just liked the number 8? As he practiced the technique, at initial stage, he needed to take 8 steps to reach 5 meters away instantly. That's a lot of steps for just 5 meters. However, if an expert observed closely, he would discover that these 8 steps were actually like a flicker of shadow steps and 8 small flickering shadow steps. So, an ordinary person could only see as if he just took a single step to move 5 meters away. After Ji Xuan's movement skill had broken through, he began to practice his sword skill. He had finally reached the 4th move to perfection. It took him 5 years to master this move in the past. He couldn't rush mastering his skills, as it also required his body to adapt. Forcing himself would only cause severe injuries. Sweaty after training, he took a bath, then visited Uncle Tang for lunch. He was happily chatting with Uncle Tang about the old man's adventures when a group of people cut off their conversation. "Hey, old Tang, 5 bowls of deer meat soup, and chili braised chicken please. Oh, add 2 bowls of rice for each of us." "Thanks," one of them exclaimed. "Coming right up," Uncle Tang enthusiastically replied. Ji Xuan frowned. Uncle Tang's stories were so exciting, so he was slightly annoyed when they were disturbed. Turning his head, he was surprised to see familiar faces. Ah, of course, Uncle Tang's resto was near the warehouse and was the favorite dining place of the staffs. These FERS. They are slightly younger than the first time I met them. And already so noisy. Well, good to see you again, ladies. He laughed internally. They were Ji Xuan's former colleagues. Among them was one of his greatest regrets in the past. Fan Deng, or Little Deng as he called him, was only 18 years old now, fresh from senior middle school. He was still a trainee. But, Ji Xuan was still seeing the old Little Deng, full of vigor and talkative, and the star of every conversation. Little Deng was a lanky youth, around 6 feet tall. He had a thin eyebrow over his slitted hazel Chinese eye. His long black hair hung over his shoulder and his oval face ended with a sharp jawline. Ji Xian then shifted his attention to the other guys. They were actually good-natured people who came from a humble background and weren't able to step into college due to financial difficulties in their families. However, due to the same reason, they developed a hard-working and ambitious mentality. Their difficulties propelled them to strive and earn more for their families. Some of them even have several part-time jobs. Ji Xian thought on how to approach these guys without alarming them. Although they heard the news about the game, these guys weren't interested in playing now. Little Deng was slightly interested because of his age, but since he didn't have money to buy a gaming helmet, so he didn't bother with it. He didn't even know about the 100,000 free helmet promotion. In the past, it was only a year after the game was released did Little Deng followed all the news, gossips, and forums about the game like an addict. Of course, he was all talk because he still doesn't have money to buy a game helmet at that time. Any average household would need half of their monthly income just to buy the lowest grade helmet. Ji Xian curled his lips as he silently observed them in the corner. Then, he got a chance to interrupt them. "Hey lad, it seems you're quite energetic there. How about you accompany me to play for a bit?" Ji Xian grinned, acting like an old man and actually forgot that he was in his 15-year-old body. A moment of silence followed as the group turned to him, then they suddenly laughed out loud. Little Deng was stunned for a second, then laughed as well. This little guy actually called him a lad as if he's an old man. Little Deng thought. "Well Deng, how about it? You're still a lad compared to him. Ha ha ha. How about you invite the sir here and play with him for a bit?" Ha ha ha, teased by one of the guys. Right. 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 The others followed. Okay then, I enjoyed playing you know. I'm a master of all games you know. You see my mother always tell me to let others win sometimes. It's not about how many game you've won, it's about how you enjoy the game ma boy. That's what she always told me. Even my neighbor Dan always cried whenever he lost to me. So don't cry later boy. Little Deng continued blabbering nonsense. So, how do we do it boy? He added. Simple. To add to our excitement, how about a bet? Ji Xian asked. Oh, what bet? You know I'm too poor, you see. Ha ha ha, said Little Deng, slightly embarrassed. How about you would owe me a favor if I win? Don't worry, I won't ask you to do anything bad. Just some errands or something. If I lose, I'll pay for your group's meal today. How about it? Ji Xian suggested. You can do it Deng. Come on Deng, we believe in you. The group started cheering for Deng when they heard the bet. So how do we play? Deng asked, a bit suspicious. Simple. How about you guess my true age, while I guess yours? Ji Xian suggested. Ha ha ha, you're trapped Little Deng. Ji Xian thought to himself. Oh. That's simple. Well, I could say you are 17 years old. Ha ha ha. Little Deng blurted out after studying Ji Xian's features for a while. He couldn't be blamed, though. Ji Xian's body build was larger than his age. His muscles were firm and hard due to his training. So, he looked older than his age. Ha ha ha. Then, you owe me favor from now on. I don't know what to ask yet, but in the future I might need some help. Ha ha ha. I'm only 15 years old. Ji Xian laughed out loud. Huh? You're only 15? How's that possible? Deng couldn't believe this guy was only 15 years old. Wait, you haven't won yet. You haven't guessed my age yet. Deng hurriedly said. Oh, right, looking at you, you only started working with them recently, right? If I guess correctly, you're not a college graduate since you looked young for that. So, you could only be a fresh senior middle school graduate. Meaning your age might be at around 18 years old. Right, 18 years old. He grinned triumphantly. What? How? How did you know? Damn. You actually trapped me. Deng paled. What do you mean I trapped you? That's what you call power of observation. Ha ha ha. What, you want to renege on our bet? Ji Xuan suspiciously asked. Damn man. Son. Alright, I owe you a favor then. I always keep my words, you know. It's more valuable than gold. I always did what I promised. Who do you think I am? I'm this suave, kind, and honest young man. My mother said. He blabbered nonsense again. The group chuckled, amused of little Deng. It's a good game. Exciting, right? How about another bet? He. Anyway, I'm in a good mood today. Uncle Tang, their meals on me, okay? He happily chatted with Uncle Tang again. The group gratefully thanked the handsome lad. Oh, you didn't tell me your name, lad. How about you tell me your phone number, so I can contact you for the favor later? Ji Xuan resumed his old man demeanor again and teased little Deng. Deng eyed him suspiciously. But Uncle Tang assured, it's okay Deng. He's from around here and he's a good kid too. He won't ask you to do anything bad. Okay man, here it is. Just give me a call when you need help. I'm Fan Deng by the way. And what's with you calling me lad? You're only 15 man. I'm older than you know. Hey. Stop grinning at me. Damn. You're the lad, you're whole, he gritted his teeth in annoyance. This was his first time losing to someone younger than him. Fan Deng, huh? Well, from now on I'll call you little Deng then. You did lose to me, so I can call you whatever I like. Ha ha ha. I'm Feng Ji Xuan, alright. Call me Big Brother Xuan from now on. Ha ha ha. I'm so happy. He said, licking his lips as if savoring something delicious. Little Deng pouted his lips. He didn't know how to rebut this young man. How did I become little Deng suddenly? And he's saying he's my big brother now? Damn. So frustrating. Alright, it's my worst day. Meeting this young schemer. It's not like I'll meet him every day, I'll just take this as one of those days which I'm so unlucky. He silently comforted himself. The group left a moment later. Young Master Feng, you actually scammed that young man. Ha ha ha. Impressive. That young man looked good, though. He didn't lose out having you as big brother. Ha ha ha. Uncle Tang grinned. Slightly startled, this was the first time Uncle Tang called him young master. He didn't dwell on it, though. Realizing the slip of his tongue, Uncle Tang turned his head and crouched on the floor as if he was looking for something. He was actually trying to hide his reddened face. Damn. Almost got caught by the young master. Fortunately, he didn't dwell on it. The old man thought. Uncle Tang, what is it? You lost something? Ji Xuan asked. Nah, it's nothing. I thought I heard something. Oh. By the way, Xuan, why didn't you get someone to help you with your house chore? I know you're always busy training and don't have time for these stuffs. The old man inquired. End of chapter 4.